Hey guys, what's up? Kevin here with a new movie review, and today it is on Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, directed by Snyder, starring Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and Jesse Eisenberg. Now, guys, this movie, I was so hyped up for this day it was announced at San Diego Comic-Con. I was so excited for this film. Could not wait. Like, the first time we are getting a Batman vs. Superman film with Wonder Woman, that's fucking awesome. And this is the movie we've got. And I'm going to start out with the one positive I had with this movie. And that was Ben Affleck's Batman. Holy shit. Now, I was I think I was like the one person out of like all my friends and like family that thought Ben Affleck would actually be a good Batman and Bruce Wayne. And I'm so happy to say, like, I'm glad I thought that, because holy shit, he really was an awesome Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like, he killed it. He was awesome. He was better than Christian Bale, to be completely honest. He was great. He was great. And probably my favorite Batsuit, too. Like, everything about it. Everything about his character in this movie was definitely the best thing about this movie. And yeah, that was the one positive I had about this movie. I honestly wasn't too big of a fan of this movie. I was pretty fucking disappointed when I walked out. Especially after my second showing of this movie. I was not a fan. But where to start? First of all, 2.5 hours. It's a long time, especially for how much they were trying to fit in this movie, and that's just one problem. This movie was way too crowded. Trying to fit so much within this movie, like so many cuts between scenes and everything, it's a lot to follow. And with the different plots for each character within the movie, like, you have Ben Affleck's Batman, you have his plot, then you have Wonder Woman's, which you're not really clear on. And you have Henry Cavill's plot, like, should there be a Superman? And then you have Lois Lane's plot in the movie. It's just a lot of plots in this movie. And some of them, honestly, fall flat. And it's such a shame. Because for it's ambitious what Zack Snyder was trying to do with this movie. But let's be honest here, it was way too much to put into one movie. And it was especially a rush to get into this film, too. I understand with the timeline, they had to go into this film right after Man of Steel, but way too much to put into this movie for 2.5 hours. And honestly, most of the scenes in, like, the front half of this movie are honestly kind of boring getting through. And some of them are just not needed scenes. Like, there are scenes you could literally just look at them and be like, yeah, you could have picked that out. You could have picked that out. No, you did not need some of these scenes. Because this 2.5 hour movie felt like a 4-hour movie, in my opinion. And also, my one friend that I went with, he also said the same thing. It really felt like it dragged at times, and that's bad. That should not be a thing with the title Batman vs. Superman. That should not be a problem, keeping your attention with the movie. Because, honestly, I lost it a few times, like, in the beginning of the movie, when it was just, just so many different plots in the beginning of the movie, with Bruce Wayne, and then you have Henry Cavill and Lois Lane. It was so hard trying to keep track of all the plots, and honestly, like I said, a lot of them fell flat when it came to, like, the end of, like, the second act and then the third act. A lot of them fell flat. And another thing, they keep saying the DC universe is supposed to be more grounded, more realistic, and they get that near the beginning of the movie, because they talk about, like, a great plot point, like, do we need a Superman? Like, that's such a great plot, and they didn't stick with it. It fell flat with many of the other plots during this movie, and during the, like, third act, the movie wasn't grounded, it wasn't realistic, it was like they just ripped pages out of a comic book and threw it in there. Like, great for the comic book fans. Like, yeah, I'm sure you guys, like, loved a lot of these parts in the movie, but for a movie, like a film, it was just very messy. It was so messy. I understand they're trying to please the comic book fans, but when they're trying to make, like, an actual good film, they did not succeed. They did not succeed. Because with the runtime of this film and how much they were trying to fit in it, it was just so messy. Like, I can't get over that. It's so bad. And the amount of plots that they had in it, awful. And the tone at times was, like, the tone switched a lot. That's a problem that was also in Man of Steel a little bit. Except, honestly, I like Man of Steel quite a bit more than I like this movie, to be honest. And another thing, I'm not gonna spoil anything, even though you probably found out a lot about this online, but I'm not gonna mention any names. But a character in the third act of the movie that was revealed, I felt like it was just a throwaway character. What a waste of a good character. Just throw him in for the movie for the third act, and then, alright, fuck it, take him out. Because we need this big fight. We need the big fight. For this grounded, realistic movie. We need this huge-ass fight. Why? Like, oh my god. And then, when it came to the cameos, underwhelming as fuck. And I'm not going to mention any names. I'll mention those names in a spoiler review that I'll have up after this video. But when it came to the cameos, even Wonder Woman's character, underwhelming when they show up. Like, in their actual, like, outfit. Like, when she shows up into her actual outfit, I was like, oh, Wonder Woman. Cool. Finally. Like, I wasn't excited. And it was such a drag, because I felt like I should have been excited seeing Wonder Woman come out on screen, or any of the other cameos that were in this movie. I felt like I should have been excited. Instead, I was sitting there, just like, oh, cool. Like, he's cool. Alright, he looks cool. Alright. Interesting. Alright. It's just to set up other movies, and other movies done this too, like, Avengers Age of Ultron. Sorry to compare DC and Marvel. I'm just comparing two films, so don't hate. But Age of Ultron also did this problem too when it came to trying to set up sequels and not really concentrating on its own movie. Granted, though, Age of Ultron, in my opinion, was still a way better made film than Dawn of Justice, in my opinion. But it also did that too. It tried putting in so much stuff in the movie, and also trying to put so much stuff in the movie to help bring about sequels in the future. And that's what this did. It just had scenes in the movie specifically to set up sequels. Not for its own good, like for that movie, Dawn of Justice. No, just to set up sequels. And you don't do that, especially when you're having a hard enough time making your own film, Dawn of Justice. Because honestly, in my opinion, Dawn of Justice was a huge disappointment. And I'm going to stop right now with this spoiler-free review before I talk about something that might be spoiler territory. So, guys, I'm going to give this rating. Oh, by the way, I'm changing my rating system. It's going to be 1 to 10. Wasn't originally going to do that. I was trying to find some more unique rating, but I just can't. So it's just going to be 1 through 10. No decimal grades. But also, if a rating is between 6 to 10, it's going to be considered a SJ1 recommended, or Slam Jam 1 recommended, as in, if it is between 6 to 10, I recommend that you do go to the movies to see it, because it's a great experience. With this movie, I'm honestly going to have to give it a 4. I was not happy with this movie, but I will say, just for this movie, if you are a comic book fan, and you really want to see this just because Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman are in it, then yeah, sure, go see it. But for a person that's into movies overall, looks to see what movies are well made, I would say, no, I do not recommend you see this movie, unless you're wait to rent it on DVD or something like that, or $5 Tuesday at Cinemark or something like that. But I would not recommend you go see this movie if you are a moviegoer. But anyway, guys, that's my spoiler-free review. Again, I'll have my spoiler review up right after this video. But anyway, guys, what did you think about Batman vs. Superman? Were you a huge fan of it? Did you have, like, no problems with it? Think it was the best superhero movie ever? I heard a lot about that on Twitter. But if you did, seriously, put down in the comments below. I'd like to hear why you think it really is, like, one of the best superhero films. Or, if you're like me, Please put your comments down below. If I missed anything, like missed any issues with the movie, put them down below. I'd love to hear. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. That'd be awesome. And please don't hate too much. This is my opinion of the movie, so don't hate, alright? And if you guys want to see more videos like this, and if you want to see my spoiler review coming up after this, hit that subscribe button down below. Be awesome of you guys. And again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.